Wake up, stupid!
You are now tuned in to the Mindless Morning Show. Here are your hosts, Nick and Josh.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mindless Morning Show. Today is our part 3 of our 4-part trilogy, which makes sense.
It does, because it's mindless.
Yeah, so this is our gaming part 2 gaming episode of our part 3, which is our part 4 trilogy series. So, where we left off last
That was intense.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
I don't know.
But what we're doing is talking about gaming, which is exciting because that's very big in both of our lives, and we are doing it finally. So we left off talking about Game Boys and our handhelds and growing up in the 90s whenever they were first coming out and how exciting that was. So one thing I will say, we're skipping noteworthies because usually when we do noteworthies, they take up a lot of time mainly because of me. But but there is one noteworthy that Josh has to tell because it's gaming related.
Yes, and this literally happened today. So I'm sitting there, I was playing with my sister and one of her friends. We were playing a game, and all of a sudden, like, I hear this very loud, high-pitched squealing noise, almost kind of like an alarm. And I'm thinking, oh shit, what is that? So like I take my headset off, me and my wife are looking around like, what the hell is that? Do we look all around the house? And then we finally realize it's coming from my PlayStation. I'm like, oh shit. And then I go and grab the controller, and then all of a sudden I have like 50-50 opaque screen of the main menu in my game, and nothing is happening. Nothing responds. It just like took a shit, and I'm like, it's gonna explode. I couldn't fucking turn it off. Like it took forever. I ended up having to just like unplug the cable. It was insane.
Have you tried it since?
No, I'm kind of scared to.
Oh, wow. Well, you should try it. Maybe when we go on break, you should go try to turn it on and see what happens.
Makes me so mad is yesterday I just bought. So because this is gaming related, I'm going to just keep on this topic.
Yeah.
My favorite Final Fantasy game in the Final Fantasy franchise is Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
And it was on sale, 50% off for the remastered version of Final Fantasy X and X2. X2 I don't really care about, but I'm gonna spend $12 for like my favorite one remade.
Yeah.
So clearly now I don't even know if I can fucking play it.
Dude, okay. That's crazy. So is this the one this isn't the online one though? No, I can't get into any because I'd basically end up losing my friendship with you. Like I would end up falling off a Guildmaster. You would hate me. I'd hate myself because I'd fall off my own projects. Like I would just like become a fucking loser if I got back into it. Okay. So it's funny that you bring that happened to you today. It actually leads me to something that happened to me. So I was playing, did you ever play Shadow of War? The Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Oh, Shadow of Mordor.
They made a new one.
Oh, really?
Shadow of War. Yeah. Oh my God, you did not know this.
I did not.
Oh, dude.
I love Shadow of Mordor, and one of the most amazing fucking things is when you would come across an enemy. Yep. You'd like maybe shoot them in the eye with an arrow or something. Yep. And the next encounter, they have like an eye missing. I'm like, this is the greatest thing. Why isn't this ever been done before?
Okay.
I'm so excited to hear about this. I didn't know this.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Not only do they make that a thing in the newer one, and by newer I mean it's still years old. It's old as shit.
Really?
Yeah, it came out.
I'm under a rock after I became a developer.
Yeah, I know. Well, for good reason, because what I'm about to tell you, you're gonna be like, fuck. So now in Shadow of War, you build up these massive armies and like storm castles with the armies that you are with. Like you like straight up, and you promote them to generals and stuff like that. And then you have like the Bright Army, like the army of the Bright Lord, because they
Is
call you the
this
Bright
similar
Lord.
to the older one that came out on Xbox? It was like it was almost like one of those real-time strategy games. Like you could either be on the good side or the bad side, and like if you're on the bad side, you spawn fishers and like that create enemies and attack.
It's you still play as the main dude from Shadow of Mordor. I forgot his name.
Oh, okay.
You still play as him. Like you're still half wraith, half human. But now Talion. You still play as Talion. But now you like instead of taking the fight to Mordor, you're like taking to fight to everywhere. So you fight in different regions now. There's like the maps are larger. The AI is way better, and now it's like there's some of the orcs are like blood like related. Like you can actually like kill the brother of one of the other guys that's in there, and then so he'll go after you because you killed his brother, and then it becomes it becomes like way more intertwined than it was in the first one.
And I was so impressed with the first one, dude. Like that was the first time I ever seen anything where it's like a remembrance of what you've done to that person.
This is even crazier. And now there's even like cave trolls, but they're called Olegs, and they actually like fight in the armies, and they're more intelligent. Like they're not like dumb cave trolls. They're huge, and you can use them in your armies too. And it's so good.
I will try and look into it shortly after I finally get to 10, if I can.
I mean, you really should. It's so cool. It's so fun.
I mean, I'll probably end up just downloading it from my computer, regardless of my PlayStation.
You will. It's that good. And I know you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so
I mean, obviously not. Fucking, I didn't even know this game existed.
Well,
I love Shadow of Mordor, but I had no idea anything else after it came out. So I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Oh, and then what you can do, you don't have to play it online, but there is like an online version. But instead of like PvP, you fight other human players' castles. Like they'll have like their own orc army, and then you can like fight it for like your own little bonus and stuff. It's crazy. A lot of loot, a lot of swords, a lot of arrow, a lot of shit. It's fun. So
yeah, and I know we kind of like said no noteworthies, and then we kind of went off on a noteworthy, but we went off on our tangents, all game related, and it's okay.
Oh yeah, well I'm not even at my real part I was going to talk about.
Oh shit! All right, well sorry folks, here we go.
When Shadow of War came out, I was fucking amped because I had been following it because I had played the hell out of Shadow of Mordor, and I'm like, okay, Shadow of War is coming out. Oh, I'm super stoked. I didn't know you then, so I couldn't, be stoked about it around you, or otherwise you'd know. And I went to work, and Caitlin got it for me. And I came home from work, and she's like, ah, and holding it for me, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I was super excited. So take a shower, and this is a game like I can't play this around Ava or like, well, I kind of could now. But back when it was coming out, I didn't want to play it around. There was a lot of like, cutting off orc heads and stuff. Yeah. So
good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So brutal. So brutal. So she went to bed and I'm sitting down and I'm like, yes, here we go. Boop. Put it in. Didn't work. What? No. Come on. Nope. Didn't work. Okay. Let me try a different game. Didn't work. What the fuck?
No.
The laser on my PS4 burnt out. And I had been playing games. Literally the night before I was playing a game. And
it just seems to be that's how that works.
Yes. Oh, dude, I was so fucking pissed. I was so mad.
They're programmed to know.
So I'm like, ugh. So looked up online and I found a laser for like $9. Ordered a replacement laser, and then when it came, like in 4 days, I took my PlayStation apart and put the new laser in and put it all back together, and then it worked, and I was happy. But those 4 days, I was pissed off. So I had.
Oh yeah, dude, I would have been too. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
No, hell no, fuck that. But just before we get into the remainder of games, since we don't have really noteworthies to talk about. I wanted to get into a couple shout outs that we had. For those of you listeners that may not check out our midnight shows, we understand if it, maybe a little too explicit, totally understandable. But
this one wasn't bad.
I mean, we would still like to give some shout outs because the past few people we've had on our show has been really awesome. And
it's been awesome.
You guys should check them out. But Brendan Black of Talk Ag to Me, we had him on. He did like a whole agriculture with us, which is what ag would stand for, agriculture. A lot of cool stuff to learn from him, and I mean, he's got a lot of really good episodes where
the dude is smart.
Yeah, people ask some serious questions, and I'm just holy shit, and he's either got it or he'll straight up tell you, I don't know that, but I'm going to look into that, and I commend that. That he's honorable to me because I mean, he will straight up tell you if he doesn't know. He won't try and make up bullshit like a lot of other people do.
And if you want to know, yeah, he won't bullshit around it. If you want to know the answer to, are they poisoning our food? Watch that episode because I asked him that. I asked him if they're poisoning our food. I won't tell you the answer, but I asked him.
The answer will be very surprising as to what you find out. So definitely watch it. Mm-hmm. And also just recently we had released the episode with the D&D crew, Agents of Dan, with Katie, Drew, and Christina. Unfortunately, we didn't have their regular Dungeon Master, Jordan, with us at the time on that episode. He will be missed. He's not dead. It's okay.
A lot of laughs in that one. Like, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome people.
And it's funny because you could tell, like, when we first started, they weren't sure what they were getting into with us. But then, like, midway, they're, like, opening up beers and shit. Like, yeah, woo, yeah. We're like, yep, this is exactly.
Yeah. So, and we hope, I mean, we learned a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, Yeah. And we definitely want, they've invited us to have a one-off with them, which is basically we do like as far as we can get, one-time campaign with them. So I'm super stoked to do that with them.
Yeah, me too, man. And well, not only did they say like, yeah, we think we'll do it, they're like, no, we're doing it. It is a certainty it's gonna happen. So I think they like us.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Me too.
And then I mean, we had Chewy, the Screaming Chewy show, and that was quite possibly our most explicit.
That was the most insane explicit episode ever.
It was fun though. Great time.
Oh, it was great.
So much fun. And fun. I mean, you guys definitely have to check out his podcast, The Screaming Chewy Show.
And we went on his show too, pretty much right after that.
Yep. And that's been live. We also had Don Smith, who awesome down to earth guy. He's a man of many fucking talents. I mean, comedian, an actor, a producer, dude plays all different instruments, like insanity. And he had a lot of cool stories to share with us. And so shout out to Don Smith. Check out his podcast out, The Life Radio Show.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, our next guest, we haven't had him on yet, but that'll be a good one too.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to spoil that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to spoil.
We've already given him too much.
Yeah.
But no, my last little bit that I did want to add here. After this episode, we had the one more episode to this trilogy.
Our part 4.
Actually, I should do it this way. Our trilogy. And where we're going to talk about our dev careers, how things have been getting into game development, things like that. But after we've asked our listeners for some feedback in our Discord server and how they would like us to continue going about things. And we got, honestly, some very interesting feedback that we are very excited to try.
Yeah, I can't wait to try.
So our episode after that, we're not going to have any show notes. We're not going to have any bit of topic. We're just going to kind of talk to each other and see where it goes. And it's probably either going to be really boring or it's going to be a total shit show.
It's not going to be boring.
Of craziness. Yeah, I mean, regardless, it's going to be really fun to see where it goes.
Well,
we derailed already.
Yeah, exactly. So now there's no border to what
we don't have to be like, oh wait, we need to go back to this.
It's going. Yeah, no, we just go. And none of this is edited. None of this is essentially a live show. It's just we don't cut. I mean, we do cut for like a break, but that's it.
Yeah, nothing happens in that cut. Like when I cut, I'm just like, okay, I'll be right back.
yeah, right.
Go get my drink.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. I get another beer, and that's it. So it's like essentially this is the closest you can get to a live show, which I would like to do eventually. Like if we can get enough of a viewer base that actually wants to be around when we're doing it and like talk, and that's all part of what I would like to do.
Yeah, I would totally be down for a live show. I mean, honestly, I would love to get some listeners on this show. Like I keep trying to poke at some of our listeners, like, hey, you want to come on here? ELO,
right?
Strange, calling y'all out.
Exactly.
It is what it is. Oh, and also, if nobody's noticed, I've managed to fix my little on-screen display. I made it not wide. You can see my ugly ass mug so much better.
Space better. We can go back to how it was.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just go back. Just go back for the best. Yeah. If cry makes you look worse.
I know. I have an ugly cry, man.
Okay. So, now talking about games, we left off talking about Game Boys and having a Nintendo and all that shit. Now, a question I have for you is, what is your history with cheating in games, using cheat codes?
So I was one of those kids that was so ecstatic to have a Game Shark.
Yeah, me too. I felt like a god.
And they also had, so I didn't have a Game Shark first. The first one I had was called an Action Replay, which essentially was the exact same damn thing.
Huh.
The user interface was a little nicer because it had all the codes already put in. I didn't have to go and get a fucking book to look up what I needed to put in.
Yeah.
So it had like a database of codes already, and essentially what it did is like kind of reprogram, but it was so weird. Like I would have to really think about it and see how they work to know. But when I think about it now, it's like I had to plug this cartridge in. I put in all these codes that I want and all these things done. And then it says, okay, now plug the game in, and I unplug it, plug the game into the Game Boy. And lo and behold, when I started up, I now have a level 99 Mewtwo in my inventory. It was crazy. Like I loved it. And I mean, so yes, it takes away from the gaming, and yes, I've beaten every game without cheat codes that I have beaten.
It's like something you have to say when you say that you played with cheats.
Yeah, because you know what?
I beat it first. The real way.
Well, because I feel like people will like kind of look at it and be like, "Oh, well, you only won because you did that," and it's like, no, it's not just because of that. Well, I mean, yeah, that too, but you're just jealous.
Yeah,
you're jealous of my shiny 99 Mewtwo.
Yeah, I didn't want to die, bro. Jesus.
But I mean, I don't know, man. Handheld gaming, and I got this little thing, this little clunker, for like $8 on Amazon, and this thing is so cool, dude, because 520 games are on this device.
Jesus,
including
that's crazy.
Including Super Mario.
So for those of you not watching on YouTube, he has a Game Boy. It looks like a Game Boy. It is a Game Boy essentially, but it's got over 500 games programmed on it. He's showing us right now.
Yeah, it's like kind of really hard to play with, like looking at it on the screen.
Oh yeah. Hey, you killed the first Goomba though. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, this is really cool. Like
this will be the rest of the show.
I mainly got it for my daughter because it, like I said, it was an $8 thing, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll just hand this to her. She can play whatever. And she has zero interest in it, but she loves grabbing the PlayStation controller. when I'm on PlayStation.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
hang on just to the remote part of it.
Yeah.
So I'll just put my hands over hers and continue playing, and she's happy. Totally.
Like, this
content.
is fine. I'm helping. This is good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's the best, dude.
So with cheat codes, the old games were the ones that really made it shine. Like they made it to where you could have codes in all these games. And then it got to a point where the games like N64 and stuff like that started coming out. And then it was hit and miss with cheat codes. And I remember the internet was starting. The internet was more accessible for me whenever I was like, 8 or 9, So I remember there was a website called cheatcc.com. Okay. I would go there every time I'd rent a new game after I'd play it for a while, because so we were big in Blockbuster, okay? So we would be, I would go and I'd rent a game. You get it?
For anybody that doesn't know what Blockbuster is, you're too young.
Oh God, I know.
But that was our brick and mortar Netflix right there.
Yeah. I really, really loved Blockbuster. It was just, man, that was like,
there's only one left.
There's only one left.
It's so sad. I really want to go there because, like, man, I remember as a kid the smell of all the VHS tapes. Just like walking in, like, what movie am I gonna get today? I go find a movie. My parents find a movie.
I remember walking in there like my parents said I can get 2 games, and I'm like walking in there like, fucking yeah, with this one. It was like, okay, dude, calm down. Or whenever you'd like go to get it, and I don't know how they had it set up where you were at, but you go to get it, and they had the display. And then behind it, if they had it, there was one behind it.
So you had to slide it.
You're like looking through and like, no. Oh, there's one.
Sometimes though, dude, I would go up to the counter and say, hey, I couldn't find one. Do you guys? And they're like, oh yeah, hold on. They got like a drawer of like their secret stash. Like, I got one right here, bro. And it's like,
dude, that feeling, especially like I remember that was huge when Pokemon Snap came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Before I owned it, I'd rent it. And I remember when that came out, going there to Blockbuster and like not seeing it, and you're like looking behind all of them, and then you go ask at the front, oh, you know what? One just came in. And that feeling, man, that's 90s right there, dude.
Yeah, that's something like we'll just never have again. To be back in those times, man. I tell you what, though, going like once I get all my shit and I'm going up to the thing, can I have some candy? Sure. Dude, loved candy.
It was those times, man, with gaming.
Because that was like the movie theater candy that they sold at Blockbuster, dude. It wasn't just like the bullshit candy you get at the stores. That was the movie theater candy.
Yeah. Well, they sell, like, you mean the boxes?
Yeah.
They sell that now at all the stores too.
Yeah. No,
it's
I mean
not special anymore.
Because like as you can see behind me, I painted on this wall a screen and just like put some trim around it to make it look like a screen.
Yeah.
But there's a projector up there. This used to be a movie room, and I had like this shelf hooked up. I had like a popcorn machine, dude. Yeah. I had these little acrylic displays holding all these box candies that I ordered from Amazon that were just like movie theater candies. Like, I went all out. I even got these stupid ass little lights that I just tore off my wall that like kind of like project a light down on the floor like a movie theater. Dude. Oh, I went all out with this.
So much badass shit in the 90s for sure. Like, especially when it came to like movies and games and stuff growing up.
Yeah.
That was big. And cheat codes were big for me because I would play the game because I'd have the game for 7 days. So I'd play the game without cheats. And then it'd be like, all right, I got the game for like 2 more days. And it's not a game I'm going to buy because I played most of it already or I already beat it. So I'm like, I'm going to go look at cheatcc.com, and I'd look and then I'd scroll down and it'd be like, push, XBBYA. And I'm like, you're writing it down with a pencil because you don't even have a printer. you're like, oh, and you have your little cheats, and you go and you try them all out, and then like some of the games that didn't have any, they just had hints. Oh, hints. That pissed me off, man. It was like to get through the blah, blah. A lot of it was RPGs. A lot of the RPGs didn't have cheats.
Yeah.
They had hints.
So out of all the games that you can remember that you cheated because you're a dirty bastard, what was like your favorite ones to use?
So I liked to play the game as a golden god. So I would play with unlimited health, unlimited ammunition.
Oh, you would go all out.
I would go all out, man.
God mode, okay.
Beast through everything. But the best cheats by far, still to this day, are Grand Theft Auto cheats. Because not only were the Grand Theft Auto cheats like God mode, unlimited ammo, all weapons, all that shit, they also had a lot of weird shit in there too, like flying cars and like my favorite cheat code of all time that I can recall is all civilians are crazy. So when you play GTA,
what Grand Theft Auto are you talking about?
I think that one was Vice City. It might have been Vice City or San Andreas, where
so I played the fuck out of Vice City, but I don't remember any cheats. I must not have really messed with it then.
Oh no, every Grand Theft Auto, that's like one of their things. They all have cheats. Even GTA 5 has cheats.
I know 5 has, and honestly, that was probably the very first time I've ever actually used cheat codes in Grand Theft Auto. I never even knew they did prior.
The cheat, yeah, every single one of them had cheats. Every single one of them. Yeah, and my favorite one was all civilians are insane. So you would do it, and civilians are just pulling out guns, or they're just like punching each other, or they're like hitting cars. It's total anarchy.
That's awesome.
It was, yeah, and I was so mad that they didn't have GTA 5. They didn't bring that shit back, because then you would have turned the city into a war zone.
I mean, you gotta think though, they're making it to where it's like higher graphics, things like that. It's probably a lot more processing power to make other people go nuts.
I mean, it's just changing AI, just a quick change of AI from non-hostile to hostile, and you just because like a lot of it with GTA is like you can take a hammer and you can hit somebody's car and they can get out of the car and pull a gun on you and start shooting. Yeah. That guy's activity of doing that just spread it to everybody. Just as soon as that's clicked, everyone is hostile, clicked over to hostile, and then just it's a frenzy. And that, like, I was really looking forward to hopefully having that cheat. And then another cheat that would have been great with that is the other one is 0 stars forever. Like no matter what you do, you can punch cop in the face. Yeah. So if you could combine those two, you could basically, like, this is like an apocalyptic world and everybody's fighting everybody and the cops aren't even involved, and that would have been cool, man.
The cops are out there shooting civilians.
Yeah, they would have been. Like, it would have been really fun to just like play it like that without having a wanted and just being dumb. Like that's what Grand Theft Auto is about. And they don't let you do it to that extent for some reason. I don't know. They didn't have to. They made plenty of money without having that as a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did pretty damn well for themselves.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. But well, me though, I don't like to play online. So for me, that would have been a way to expand the game for me, to make it just fun as hell, just to run around and just shooting stuff up. But then there's gangs shooting and civilians shooting and cops shooting, but it's not all directed at you. Because if you try to do that stuff, you get a 5-star and you're like public enemy number 1, and you get killed.
Yeah, you got SWAT, you got helicopters, you got like 20 cops.
Yeah. So
you even got the ones on bicycles rolling up. Cheat.
Yeah. So those were the best cheats. And it's funny because you get, like on the old Grand Theft Auto games, the cheats, they weren't pause. You did them while you played. So the cheats required you to push the buttons to like switch guns and like turn and do all of this weird stuff out in like the middle of the sidewalk. And one of them, I think it's Grand Theft Auto 4, the one where you played in the Liberty City, like New York City, essentially. You would end the cheat No, that one had a phone. I must be thinking of an old one. But the old one, you would do the cheat and you would end with square, or circle, which is melee punch. So you had to, whenever you did that cheat, you needed to make sure you weren't around somebody because you just like punch them. I mean, unless you don't care, unless you want to just punch them. But
yeah, fuck it. I mean, you're about to cheat. Who cares? Punch them.
Yeah. So that was cool.
I would have to say one of my favorite cheat codes came out of Conker's Bad Fur Day because one, they were usually really funny words that you had to type in.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one because at one point in time I had lost my memory pack. And
no.
I lost all my data. I couldn't go and access certain parts of the stories because they had like chapter selects in that game.
Yeah.
So I was like really upset. And then I was like, well, I know they have a cheats area. Let me go look up the codes. So I looked up the codes and it had one that unlocked everything. And I was so ecstatic. So I was able to unlock all the levels, go and play. But the ones that I really enjoyed were the like not online ones, but the multiplayer ones.
Yeah.
Where I could be like the giant fucking mega teddy or like the super big squirrel and just fuck people up.
Yeah.
I would have to say Ratchet and Clank had some good cheat codes. I like all the big head cheat codes, like anything that makes like anybody's head like swelling. I know many games have them, but like the first time I experienced it was Ratchet and Clank, and I love the Ratchet and Clank series. Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter, phenomenal series.
Those are fun.
But I would have to say my favorite codes, man. Those are probably going to come out of the old Tony Hawk games.
Those were good. Those were good too.
Because they had low all gravity. The characters. Yeah, they had like physics, things that fucked with all the different physics. They had ones that like the perfect balance, basically. So you could just grind on a rail forever in a circle.
I remember that one.
There was just some that were just so fun to mess with, especially when you like got Spider-Man and stuff. Slinging the skateboard around and
his specials. That was cool.
Those were the best. Well, I mean, man, they had Spider-Man, Wolverine. They had the Neversoft eyeball. That one was like that was my favorite. Like the big ass eyeball and the regular body. It's like, okay,
it's creepy as shit.
I think they even had the Reaper or something. They had a Surfer. They had so many crazy ones that like
Ollie the Hobo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. So many, like I miss them so much.
Yeah.
I miss the old school stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the new school stuff. I love seeing where it's coming and going.
For sure.
But man,
now, like if you get a game now, like the newest Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you aren't gonna find any cheats. Your game it's brand new. There's no cheat. Like I don't think current games, they don't even do them anymore. It's not a thing. You try to look up cheats, it's like
you get the achievements, like how to unlock trophies and achievements for PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
Most of the time is what you'll get, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on the game and the creators, but I'm sure there's some. I mean, for the most part, I don't really play any games that have them. They're usually all online multiplayer games or like RPGs. True. There's really nothing to hack.
Well, with an RPG, I don't think I would really want to cheat, because
it kind of destroys the purpose of the RPG. Yeah. Honestly, all cheats destroy the purpose of playing the game to an extent.
Unless there makes it,
unless it adds fun and entertainment value.
So I can say like with the Grand Theft Auto game, you can play the game and then if you get kind of bored, you can turn those cheats on and just go crazy and then just turn them off. And
I mean it's definitely has its entertainment value to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I personally wouldn't want like constant. I wouldn't play games like that constantly.
No, I wouldn't either. GoldenEye, N64, 007 GoldenEye, that had cheats. Did you know that one had? You didn't know that it had paintball mode where the bullets were paintball. Yeah, they had paintball mode. It had big head where all the NPCs had big ass heads.
So I remember. Okay, maybe. Well, I do remember GoldenEye having big heads. Now
Yeah,
that you mentioned
that was a cheat. It had unlimited ammo, all weapons, unlimited health, all levels.
I must have only messed with the big head one because I didn't
I don't know.
I was stingy back then. I just wanted to play it.
The Turok games had cheats too. That they had a disco mode where it looked like you were playing under a constant disco ball. Like they had just some weird shit, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was probably like a shader gone wrong, and they're like, I just fucking throw it in as a disco mode.
Yeah, probably.
Like I would love to know like how much shit was just so bad, didn't work, and they were like, yeah, it's a feature.
Yep. Exactly.
It could happen, and we'll talk about that next episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, part 4 of our trilogy.
I would have to say though, I want to kind of jump into sports games.
Yeah, I'm down.
What sports games do you play?
I play hockey and football. Those are the sports games I play.
And you have Xbox, right? This is why we've never played NHL together.
I have both. I have PlayStation and I have Xbox, but I don't have any hockey games on my PlayStation. I only have hockey games on my
Xbox.
Xbox.
You need to change that.
I know, but I already should be playing games as much as I want to right now because of all the shit that I have to do that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. But I would excuse it if it's for NHL.
Oh, okay. I see.
So totally becomes acceptable at that point.
Fair enough. Well, the unfortunate news is whenever I do eventually jump and get a new console, it's going to be a new Xbox. So reason being is Bethesda is owned by Microsoft. So it sounds like the next Elder Scrolls game is going to end up being an exclusive to Xbox. Because otherwise, what would be the point of Microsoft buying Bethesda? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm sure it's to pull a lot of people away, but I mean, regardless, I don't know. As much as PlayStation's pissed me off, I don't know.
You're not buying American.
I'm still really on the fence of it, honestly. Like of which, if I were to ever get a next gen console, of which one I'd get. I mean, I got PC 3.0, so like that shit's on all the new consoles.
That's true.
Yeah.
So as far as sports games, I know you play hockey. Do you play any of the other sports games at all, or are you just pretty much on hockey? Hockey is like the most fun one, so you picked the right one.
Yeah, I mean now, as of now, it's mostly just hockey. But I will say, back in the day, I used to play a lot of Madden, and I don't know if like you would consider this sport. I would just go ahead and consider it a sport. But I played a lot of WrestleMania games.
Oh, really?
And like WWE, SmackDown, all that shit, dude. Like, oh my god! So I had some old neighbors I used to hang out with and play. Dude, we all day, every day, fucking. I go over there playing like SmackDown on a Nintendo 64. Like, oh, SmackDown! Can you smell what I'm cooking? Like we're just talking crazy shit because like that was the time.
So when you play that game, is there like all right, before you go on the ring, this is what you're gonna do? Oh, this sucks. No, we won't plan anything out. Yeah.
we just like try and whoop each other's ass because honestly, I know. The 64 version, I haven't played anything wrestling or paid any attention to wrestling. Like, I don't know, a little bit like maybe right after Rey Mysterio was introduced in that realm. And that's kind of like shortly after I fell off of wrestling in general.
Yeah.
So I don't know how any of the games are nowadays, but that game was really, really fun. And you got to create your own wrestling. I had like this big ass fucking huge fat dude with a clown like a clown rainbow wig, a nose, and like striped underwear, and that was it, dude. And I would just like fucking wail on people in that ring. I always had like the crazy like making him so fat, and I would have like the really crazy finishing moves from like the other players and stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, it just made it that much more entertaining for me.
So I had something pretty entertaining with one of our hockey games that we would play on the Xbox. And I say we because my good friend Brian would come over all the time, and we would play NHL. God, what year was it? NHL. It was 09. 09. God.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That was the first one that started doing ragdoll physics on the hits, I think. it was
really?
09. I think that's the one that, because we were addicted to just checking the shit out of people.
Still to this day, I love doing that.
Oh, me too. Like
I love putting them in
coming,
the injury box. I'll put people out of the match.
like they're coming like you're opposite, and you're at the very end. You're at the goal, and you're just haul ass, boom, and just hit them. And they fly across the ice. Yeah, it's amazing. But one thing
you can butt check now.
Yeah, you can hip check.
Oh, dude, love it.
Yeah, they're awesome.
You put people out easy. The rest of the game, you see them getting carried out like.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then you could turn penalties off, which is if you end up doing that when you're playing like single player, like seasoned, you could just turn off penalties, which is insane. But what we would do when we would play NHL 09, you could that was one where you can make your own players and you can make your own team. So we made, it took a long time for us to do all this, but we thought it would be hilarious because I had played franchise mode and I had just gone through it and I wasn't getting bored, but I wanted to do something different. So me and my friend were over and we made a team called the Austin Monsters, and we were black and green, and then we edited the entire roster and we made every single one of the players. We named them Subject 1, Subject 2, Subject 3, all the way to like all of them. And we made all of them as tall as they could be, as large as they could be, and then we made every single one of their stats 99. All of them, the whole team.
So you made like a hockey version of Space Jam monsters.
Yeah. But we made all of them look the exact same. They were all super massive, gigantic, big buff dudes, and they all had cornrows, and they were just like huge. Nice. But then we named him Little Glenn, and we made him.
Was that the goalie?
No, Little Glenn was the smallest that you could make him, the puniest you can make him. But we made all of his stats 99 as well. So this little tiny dude had the same checking power as the massive dude. And the physics engine did not let us down. It was hilarious. When Little Glenn would check players, they would like wrap around him. And then when Little Glenn would stand up, they would go whoop and fly up in the air, dude.
Dude, I have had some of the most funniest things that I've ever seen on those hockey games with those checks, because, I mean, even in today's games, like 19 and 20.
Yes, they still do it.
Yeah, I had some friends that played 20 with me, hardcore, and dude, there was one that cracked me up so bad because, like, the person went and, like, put their stick on the ice.
Yeah.
And somebody bumped into them, and as they got up, sent the person flying over the goalie's net. And I was just like, what the fuck? Because at first, I didn't notice what was happening. I just see this guy fly up in the air, and I'm like, what was that? What? Why did that just happen? And so I went to the instant replay, and I looked. And, dude, it was just so funny because he goes over, he like kind of lands on the net, bounces, and falls back on behind the net. And I was like, oh my God.
Dude, it's so funny.
They have the most amazing things.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I've never seen anybody go over the glass yet.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. The physics on those, yeah, right. They don't even know how to compute that. Like, no clue. But yeah, the physics on those it cracks me up. And then it's funny too because like the game, because it seems to me that it has a percentage chance of when someone gets checked, they'll get an injury. It's like it's based on a percent chance of every check when they fall. Because those checks are brutal. And
you'll send people across ice and they're like right back up like what?
Yeah. Like,
how?
But then you'll do like a really dinky check and they'll get injured. And it's like, oh, come on, man.
Broke his toe. He needs to go sit in the room for a while.
Like, okay, not 20 seconds ago, I hit that dude going 30 miles an hour into the friggin' wall. And he like I had one check where I hit the dude really hard with one of the subjects. And he went flying. And the way that he went, his legs went back and his kneecaps were pointing straight. And his kneecaps hit the wall, and he got up and kept on going. And I'm like, dude, that would have shattered somebody's
whatever, bro. You should be 5 feet shorter.
Yeah, or if you've ever seen like the ones where they'll do a slap shot and it'll hit the guy in the face.
Oh yeah.
It does the animation where he's like, ugh, but then he keeps going. I'm like, come on, man. That would have like killed you.
Oh, blue. It's cool shutter.
Oh, the puck was going what? Oh, only a mere 120 miles an hour. No big deal.
And man,
get up from that.
As much as I love all these NHL games, all the like sports games in general, I genuinely, as a developer, just as a consumer, genuinely fucking hate EA.
Most people do.
I know.
For a lot of reasons.
I just wanted to like state it out there that I am one of them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, it's ridiculous. Most of the time, and I'm not gonna lie, I still buy it. I wait for it to go on a sale. I don't buy right away, but I buy it.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah, these games that they just fucking reskin. That's almost all they'll do. They maybe add like a fucking feet, like you can now paint their toenails. Yay! Like, something.
But you can't see them though because they're in skates.
Yeah, not at all. And it's just like dumb shit that they add sometimes. And it's happened a few years. They have been getting better at it. I will give them that. 19 was the big one when they introduced World of like the threes and the World of Shell kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That was cool. I think they did that with 20 World of Shell actually, but the threes were in 19. I know the threes were in 19. I'm not sure about World of Shell, but regardless, I don't know, man. I can't spend $60 for a reskinned fucking game that I already have like 4 copies of.
Yeah, no, you can't. I mean, and well, that's the thing though. What really more could they add? Because you can only get the physics as good as you can get it. The physics are really good on those games. I don't know how they're going to improve that anytime soon.
And I mean, each year no matter what year you have, like I have all like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 15. Yeah, I have a lot of them, and they all update their roster. So I mean, like I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I don't know. It's like one of those really bad addictions, like people with cocaine or heroin, and it's like fucking them up, but they just keep doing it anyway.
Well, I mean, at least it's not that severe. It's just a video game.
Yeah.
It's not like you're actually doing. Well, you do it on air, but snorting coke.
Yeah. Totally.
I talked about a game that I was telling you I wasn't gonna buy. I don't know if you remember. Remember? I was telling you I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because I know it's a game I've wanted for like 6 years. Well, I got it. And that game is called Mount and Blade Bannerlord.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about that the other day. You got it. Game on you.
Yeah, I got it.
Now I know what you're actually doing when you're not doing dick.
Hey, I worked on the Rose Forest. For those of you who don't know, that's part of Guildmaster. But
yeah, I mean, he threw some petals on a fucking ground and said, "Good work."
Like hundreds of them. But yeah, I know. I got a lot more to do. But that game is extremely fun.
Yeah, it's an MMO RPG, right?
It's not an MMO. That's why I like it so much. It's single player. You can pause it anytime you want. But there's like 2,000 NPCs on the screen at one time, all fighting in a medieval war. And you're a guy. You're just a nobody. Unless you want to be a somebody. But you can fight in the infantry. You can fight as an archer. You can fight as a cavalry guy. However you want to. I play as infantry. So I'm on the front line. And I'm marching with my dudes. And you look and you see hundreds of guys coming at you. And you look to your right and your left and you see hundreds of your guys. And arrows are flying back and forth. The dude next to you gets hit in the fucking neck and dies. And it's so cool, man. So like whenever you march, like I always hold my shield up and like punk, they're like hitting my shield. And then before like the child there's the, what is it called, the skirmish line. Everyone's like, oh, and you just run in there. It's fucking fun, dude. It's fun.
I'd be an archer all day. Fuck that. I ain't going in.
You could do it. Yeah, you can be an archer. You can go with the other archers, and like usually y'all find like a high area on the battlefield. Each battlefield is different, and like you could just shoot arrows. You can try to peg the other archers that are off. Yeah, and you level up your archery. You can use crossbows. You can use long bows, short bows. You can also
like use fire arrows and shit.
I think so. I think there are fire arrows, but I think you can only use them in certain battles, just depending on, like if you're trying to protect a castle from an army, and the castle sieges are fun, the city sieges are fun, the open battles are really fun. You can even be a horse archer if you want. You can level up your cavalry, your riding skill, and your archery skill, so you can fire accurately while riding a horse. And you can be a horse archer too. But you can even be both, because you can have a sword as your secondary, and then you can like be a horse archer, and then when you get close, you can just click like the little scroll wheel on your mouse, just scroll it, and then you'll like put your bow away and you'll like pull out a sword, and then you can like hack people while you go.
All right, stop. You're turning me on. Like I can't get into another game right now like that.
Yeah, I know.
Stop.
We're supposed to be talking about gaming, Josh. This is your trilogy idea.
I know, but damn it. I just got a game and I don't even know if I can fucking play that. and like
yeah.
Sucks.
So
damn.
Yeah, and I told
that sounds
you
really badass though.
Oh my god, I didn't even tell you. You can also throw javelins or axes. So like when you're charging, you can throw axes, and so can they. So like there was one badass moment where I was on the battlefield, big hundreds of dudes fighting, like all spread out like in a fucking movie. And like sometimes you all won't be in a cluster, because sometimes the cavalry charges, and so everybody kind of disperses, and there's just soldiers everywhere. And you have room to fight. So I'll be like fighting this guy, and I'll kill him, and I'll look over and I'll fight this guy, and then two guys will come and I'll kill him. And there was one guy, and we were kind of going at it. Like he kept blocking me and I kept blocking him. I couldn't get a hit in. And you can actually change the direction of your strike. So you can go like up, left, right, and then stab.
Damn,
and
so just like beat the shit out of your mic.
Yeah. I'm trying to get fucking through. And this guy, he's pissing me off. And an axe goes by me and gets him right in the head. And he drops back. And I'm like,
so damn. I mean, that's pretty cool though, that like the AI and NPCs actually like participate, rather than like they're all just kind of hitting each other for one hit point until you get to them.
No, it's straight up like, and you can control cavalry if you want. You can. I go in there and I like to play with no AI. I don't want to have any control. I just let the AI do all of it, and I follow the orders from the infantry commander. So I follow orders, but if I wanted, I could be the one that's like giving the commands while fighting in the battle. Also, using the F keys, you can like issue commands and orders. But I just let the AI do it.
Nice.
And so it's fucking crazy. So you'd be fighting somebody and an axe will come by and just get that dude right in the head. He'll drop down. Ragdoll physics are amazing in that game. And there's blood all over the ground, and it's crazy, man. Corpses everywhere.
I did also just download. It's a free game. Brawl Hollow.
I saw you talking about that Brawl Hollow, like fighting Brawl Hollow.
So yeah, it's literally
Viking beat 'em up.
No, so I mean that's what I had assumed from the name. Much different. It is literally a free Smash Brothers game, but like it's a cartoony look to it. It's pretty nice graphics. Crazy amount of characters on there, like fucking ridiculous, and different weapons, I guess. So like you can, depending on who you have, you can choose a bunch throughout different costumes, different weapons, like all these different customizations that make it a little more fun to like want to play than just Smash Brothers. But I will say, I fucking suck at that game, dude.
It's okay, man.
I suck really bad. Like I was good at Smash Brothers, but like God, I sucked at that game.
I whenever I first was booting up and playing Bannerlord, I've never played a PC game. Like I don't play PC games. I play console games. Well, Bannerlord isn't on consoles. It's only PC. So I got it on my laptop. So when I was playing it, I'm like, this is fucking hard. I'm decent at it now. Like I can win one-on-one fights now with the AI and stuff. But when I first started, I was getting killed. Well, you get knocked out on the battlefield when your health goes out instead of die. However, I turned permadeath mode on, so I could lose my guy, and then you play as like you actually have a family. You can start a family, and like you play as like your brother or your son or your daughter or whatever. Like if you die, it's insane.
It's gonna make me buy this game, and I'm gonna be so fucking mad if I buy this.
Well, if you buy it, we can talk about it more. Yeah. So like,
and there goes the production of GM, folks.
It's funny though because I'll join an army. So I have 74 people in my army, which is not very many. But you join other armies to go and fight these campaigns of these like thousands on thousands battles. So I have like 74 guys in my army, and so I'll basically look around and be, hey, who's got an army? You know? And then you can, whenever you join a faction, you can click and find out if there's any armies that have been amassed, and then you can go join with your 74 guys. So I did that, and then they travel around the map, and you watch them travel until you land on a spot, or you get into a fight, or you get into a castle, or whatever. And then that's how you do it. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, okay, I know.
All I know is like you're just selling it to me right now at this point. So
right now, what I'm trying to do is because I know that I have permadeath on, and my main character that I named him Theravis, by the way. If he dies, that's it, and then I have to play as my brother, whose name is No Guard, and I don't want to play as him because he's not very good. I can make him level up and shit like later, but I'm just playing as Theravis. But so it's funny because like, and women are in the game just as much as the men, like fighting in the battlefields. Like you'll see like women and men like all over the place. So
okay. I'm glad you told me that because I was starting to get concerned.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because I'm going in these massive armies trying to find a wife.
What?
Yeah. Like I'm in these massive armies, but there's women that are leading the other clans in that army. Like the army's got like 1,000 guys, right? But there's like 8 different clans in the army. So I'm talking to the clan leaders, and half of the time the clan leader is a female. So I'm talking to her, and like it gives you like options of what to say. And I'm trying to like say like, I'm your most I'm your most worthy admirer, you know, like trying to get them to marry me. So then you can like have kids. That way, if your character dies, you don't have to play as your brother No Guard.
Okay. Well, so whatever.
So I just imagine a guy going around like a war camp going, "Hey baby, what's up?" And then she's like, "No, go away."
You ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like that orange haired guy that like who fell in love with Brienne of Tar. Like, that is a magnificent woman. Dude, he was funny. That's all I imagine in that scenario. But
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a really good game. I think the one I most recently downloaded is pretty dope so far. It's a survival game. It's post-war Norway.
Ooh, I like that.
So I'm in all this like snowy region. I'm trying to like it's a survival. So I'm kind of like so far I haven't played too much of it, but I have a shelter and basically dude, there's mad shit in this shelter I can upgrade like over.
Are you talking about DayZ?
No, it's called Vigor.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and there's crafting, cooking, and fishing, all sorts of things that you gotta do.
It's PC.
No, I have it on my PS4. It may be on PC, I'd imagine so, but I played it on my PS4. It's actually really good.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't need to get another game.
No, it's free to play. It's totally free.
That's not helpful. If I'm
so you can download it right now, and we can like start up a camp. Totally free.
Really? Wait, it's multiplayer too?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I think so though, because it did say something. Because like it talks about how like you could become a part of a team, and you can go about the world and go through things differently, like however you want, similar to how you could in.
How is it free?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of games that are free though. They do have a season pass, which it's just cosmetic shit, so it's nothing that'll help you really.
But enough people will probably do that just because.
Oh yeah. No, everybody like buys into the freemium shit.
So okay, well now I'm really curious. I need to not be, but I am. So it's zombie? Is there zombies or no?
No, it's just post-war, like a post.
Okay.
Like after war, whatever hit Norway.
And you also fight AI, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You go through it. Dude, have you ever played Fallout 76 or any of the Fallout? All right, it's literally like Fallout 76 in Norway, and like you're doing the crafting, you're building your shelter, you're upgrading it. I mean Fallout 76 is a little different as far as building. And all that, but there's a lot of similarities to it, and I'm gonna see if I can try and get Andrew with Strange Brother Games to play, and his brother. I want to see if I can get them in on it, so like we could just start up a whole crew because I know they like those kind of games.
Yeah, they have PlayStation then. Okay,
I believe they do. I think so.
Well, shit. I guess I'm going to have to download that. Well, on that note, we're going to take a short break so I can go download it.
Okay. Well, you go download it and I'll be right here just waiting, talking to the listeners. No, I'm just kidding.
No, right. Nobody.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't even want to talk to them on my own. Sorry, guys.
This is awkward.
I think it's a pretty good plan. We should be able to pull it off this time. What do you think, Abdul? Can you give me a number crunch real quick?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm coming up with 32.33, repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Well, that's a lot better than we usually do.
All right, thumbs up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him!
Oh, geez, stick to the plan.
Oh, Jesus. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Mindless Morning Show.
Yeah, so I was gonna bring us back into shooters. I like first-person shooters a lot. Sometimes I really get in the mood to play them. Whenever I do, I prefer World War II shooters, or like World War I, World War II, like the historical shooters. I don't know why. I think it's because a lot of times they tend to try to be more realistic, and I'm really into history and I really like that type of thing. Like, so I like to immerse myself in a realistic portrayal of those periods in history.
Right on. I mean, I get it. I was super excited for Battlefield 1 when it came out because of like the old historic things it had pertaining to it.
Yeah.
I fucking sucked online, dude. And I was so ecstatic because like the 64 versus 64, whatever, like massive quantity. I was excited for it. And I was garbage. Didn't like it. Didn't care for it.
It's really hard.
Way too much going on.
Yeah, one that I wish got more traction was Verdun and Tannenberg. Those are World War I shooters. Super realistic. I mean, very realistic. And to the point to where you can go prone on the battlefield and fuckers can't see you and you can pop them. And it's one shot, one kill.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of those games. And I can't remember the one name of the game I played that was very realistic. And even in terms of like, depending on where you got shot, like if you got shot in the leg, you're going to drop. If you shoot somebody else and like they're gonna drop and like still be able to crawl and like do what they can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get like a headshot or a good body shot,
done.
they're out.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed playing it. Like there were times it really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, it's great. And I mean, you gotta think though, like it's crazy. People that actually like went through that kind of shit. They didn't have they didn't have that chance.
As
they didn't
somebody,
have to respawn.
Yeah, as somebody that is mindless, I will say I've learned a lot about World War I and World War II because I drive a lot in my van and I just play war documentaries while I drive. And
I think the storming of the beaches of Normandy, dude. That shit, like anytime I like start thinking about it or like reading into it or looking at videos and shit, it gets me. I'm like, damn, that is fucked. Like, and I know a lot of crazy people's crazy ass stories in the military. And like, there's some dude that like they're heart wrenching to hear, like, especially the ones that have to kill kids. Yeah. Because it's either that kid or their platoon. And
I know.
They can't take chances. And
Yep.
Dude, it kills me. Sorry, I got a little dark there for a little morning show, actually. So let me side topic. Yeah, first person shooters are great. I really
go ahead, but I don't want to forget what I'm gonna say, but go ahead. I won't forget. Go ahead.
Okay. So I already forgot. Go ahead, fuck it.
Ha! My plan worked. So I was going to say the very first time I got to deal with a permadeath situation in a video game. I didn't talk about that in our part 2, did I?
This wasn't Dark Souls, right? Because you haven't played those, did you?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know which one then.
Okay, so this was a war game, and it took place in the Middle East. So it was essentially like a modern war-esque type game. And I don't remember what it's called, but I really wish I did because it was really well made. And it tried to be realistic to the point to where you would hand select the guys that you'd want to be in your squad. Because you would do all of these secret Black Ops missions, and you would do all this cool shit. So you would hand select like David Abrams or like Brian Donahue, and like you'd choose from bios of these soldiers that you'd bring in with you. Yeah, it was really cool. So I picked out the same 3 other guys every time I did a mission. And because I was like, I like their bios and shit. It was really cool. And we were on all of these different missions. And we went on one mission. I think it was like the 6th or 7th in the campaign. And we were traveling on a highway. And all of these cars were just parked along the highway. It was completely abandoned city, totally abandoned. And
bomber cars.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They were just totally abandoned. And we were going and going and going. and then pew, a bullet goes and hits the guy in front of me, who drops. And this was not like a scripted thing in the game. He just got hit, and the other guy was like, "Sniper!" and we all got down. And this was the first time I'd ever played like this type of realistic war game, and I was really into it. I thought it was really cool. And in my head, I'm like, okay, well, when's he gonna get up? You know, I can help fight, because we were shooting and stuff. Fucker didn't get up. He was done. So
Wow.
I did the rest of the mission with the other two guys, and then after I ended it, his bio was gone, and then I had to select a new person.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, it was so
That's pretty
crazy.
sad.
Yeah. I was
'Cause
like,
that's a little bit of like character development in a sense of like where it at least gives you that emotion
yeah.
for another
Yeah,
character.
it was so well done. He had a camouflage fishing hat. He was like a sniper. He had a camouflage fishing hat, and just going, and then boop, he just got hit and dropped, and then we killed the guy that killed him. And I was remember like standing by, and I'm like, all right, get up, we gotta go, man. And then I'm like,
Come on, man.
he ain't getting up. Like, all right, this game just got crazier for me because I didn't know that was a permadeath thing. So then I was like, I guess I'll pick this fucker now. Pick somebody new. But that was the very first time I dealt with the permadeath in a game.
Yeah, so I never any permadeath type games I usually try to stray away from because one, I just it's too fucking frustrating. I get pissed.
Oh god, yeah.
Because I don't have the patience for it so much because I've never been much of a like kind of kick it back, be stealthy, be cautious, be wary, whatever. Like I am fucking full on run and gun, spray and pray. Like I will Leroy Jenkins some shit. And like that's my play style. And that's the one thing. Ghost Recon Wildlands has probably become my favorite like type shooter type game because there's so much you can do. It's open world. You can go and take out cargoes that are just traveling along the map. You can find them. You can go and intercept them. You can do whatever. And you can choose how you want to go about these missions. If you want to take them out stealthily with 3 other individuals, or if you want to just run and gun. And it's cool because those 3 other computers that are with you on your team are there if you're on single player, or you can fill them up with friends. And then it becomes really fun because like me and a few buddies, we had a full squad that would play it, and dude, we were unstoppable. We would just annihilate shit.
That's awesome.
And it's cool because you have a drone, so you can go through, you can scope out the area, you can kind of plan an attack. Like,
and the map I've heard on that game is fucking huge too.
Yeah, no, it's pretty big. And the one thing I really enjoyed about it is it didn't have a strict progression map. You didn't have to go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But to get to the boss, you had to eventually take out all the A's before you can get to the B. It didn't matter in what order you went. So you can go and take any of them out. Some of them were very much so harder than the others. So like you would kind of want to take on some easier ones, but you definitely could go out of your way and take on the challenge. And that I appreciated and liked a lot of that game. I mean, dude, shooters, that's been most of my life.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now that was the game that I religiously fucking played.
Yeah.
Like online too. Like, I mean, the campaign was amazing. But I played it online religiously. And that was when they had like all the prestige levels. That's when they like I think they first introduced like, oh, prestige 10.
Yeah.
Like you're god mode at that point. And like, dude, I played till I got to prestige 10. I got everything unlocked. I did all of that, and dude.
So you would play like just 2 matches a night.
Yeah, basically. No, that was like playing like from once I got home from school all the way till I went to bed, and then like I don't know. I'd have to wake up, go to school,
All
and then
weekend.
I'd play. Yeah, all weekend. Dude, I'm religiously on that game. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops because of zombies were like my heavy Call of Duty games. But for the most part, Gears of War. That was
Those are
that
fun.
was my thing in middle school. Me and all my buddies, we just, all right, man. I'll see you online. All right, bye.
See you on Gears, bro.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we would do. Halo. Everybody played Halo, dude. Did you play Halo? I was about to say if you didn't.
I did, but not. Dude, okay. Me and you had a very different gaming career, I guess I could say, as far as what we played.
Gaming childhood.
I
Careers
was.
are pretty similar.
That's true. So I would say you did a lot of online and a lot of competitive shooters and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm single player playing the RPGs and being the hero in medieval times. That was me, man. Like I hardly ever played online. I still don't like to play online.
And it's funny that because I was about to say I played RPGs too, but the one major RPG I played was an online RPG.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah.
For like fucking 7 years of my life.
I played all of the open world single player, like all the Fallouts, Fable, all the single player ones.
Fable was a great series.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
I played that and adored it.
Yeah, me too. I played all of those old school, or like not even old school, like the every time a new RPG would come out, I'm like, oh, I'm getting that.
But see, I'm so disappointed that you don't know what Ark the Lad was. Yeah, man. I mean, that was a great game. It was for, okay, I don't remember if it was PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure it's PlayStation 2. But it was a great game. And definitely worth, I mean, you kind of have to be into like the Final Fantasy type franchise because it's similar to that in many aspects.
Is it turn-based?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it.
See, I love turn-based because, like, I don't like turn-based where, like, I'm going to go in and obviously I'm going to win this match. Like, I want turn-based where I really have to plan out what attacks I'm going to do. And that's the one reason I really, really love 10. Dude, there are so many people in Final Fantasy 10 that gave up when they got to a specific part when they have to fight Seymour because he's a pain in the ass. It's meant for you to really think about your moves. You have to be ready for the fight. Like, I love it. It was the best.
No, I don't know. Turn-based, just I'm like, it's boring. I want to kill shit. I want to cut arms off and stab through and all that. And that's just me,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I like both. I do enjoy turn-based, and honestly, I want to make a turn-based game, but it's such a pain in the ass to code. Battle system.
Oh God, yeah. The main one of my dream games would be to have like a World War II style shooter where it's 100 against 100, but it's AI only. You don't have to fucking play with other people online because I don't like playing online. I like being able to pause.
Because you suck.
No, I'm actually not bad. Whenever I play Battlefield 1, I have Battlefield 1. Whenever I play Battlefield 1, every match I'm in like top 5 with kills.
So what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. Just not a fan. I'm not a fan. I think I feel a lot of pressure to try to be really good. And I have to I focus way more. I'm like, because I want to get a shitload of kills and I want to do really well. And I take it kind of seriously. And I don't like that. I want to be able to.
Well, I mean, if you're not taking war seriously, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're like your dick in the trenches.
Well, oh damn it! Okay, this is not what it means to be. What? I'm a private in the military. God dang! Let me.
Privates don't touch other privates. Privates, private.
But this is my private. Oh, God. God.
Oh shit, that was fun.
I appreciate it.
No, I mean, I don't know, dude. Online games, multiplayer games, like where they're competitive games like Overwatch and things like that, yes, they get me heated to different levels.
Yeah, I don't like that. My hands get all sweaty and shit.
It knees, weak, arms are heavy. Is there vomit on your sweater already? Was it mom's spaghetti?
All of that is true.
Okay. But I mean, they it gets my blood boiling, but I don't know, man. I still love it. Like I love the thrill of it. I love the excitement. I hate the failures, but you know, it comes with it. It's part of it. But I would have to say
0 kills, 10 deaths.
my favorite online competitive game was probably one of the lamest games that barely saw the light of day, and it fucking drives me insane to this day. It mainly came out during the Windows Vista days,
Oh, okay.
and it was like one of the first cross platforms with Windows Vista and Xbox 360, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
And it was Shadowrun. Most people know Shadowrun, but it was a competitive multiplayer that was so well done. Like they had the trolls, the gnomes, the humans, the elves, and you had the tech, the magic, all these different sets that you can have out. And it was a very, very well balanced game. And it was a lot of fun, dude. I had so much fun playing that game. And like a lot. I got every single achievement for that game.
Oh, shit.
Because I played it religiously. And dude, I was just so mad. Like one day, like I saw it in stores for like $3, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I haven't played it forever. Nobody was online. Like I couldn't connect to a single fucking match for days.
Oh man.
So all I could do, and there was no story mode to this game. There was no campaign, nothing. It was purely online. And so all I could do was play against these shitty bots that even at their highest level became shitty to me. Like because like I played too much. I was really good at it. And it wasn't a challenge. And so I was like, man, this is really disappointing because dude, such a good game. I love it.
That blows. That blows. Yeah, and that's another thing about online games is eventually they'll fade out. That particular game, you know, you can fall in love with it, but if the rest of the world doesn't, you're on your own, literally.
Aside from that game, every other online game I played is still alive. Final Fantasy XI is still kicking. They still add updates. World of Warcraft still adds updates. I mean, I don't really play World of Warcraft that much. My buddy does, and I kind of want to get into it, but I'm not. I'm not in the mood to spend money for a game and then pay monthly to fucking play it. Like,
yeah, that I wouldn't want to do.
That doesn't cut it for me. I mean, I already had to do that for years of my life with Final Fantasy XI. I'm not. I'm done with that kind of bullshit. Like, I don't buy into that model anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm all about single player, honestly. And I've figured that out about myself years ago. I like to it's funny because I'll be playing Bannerlord and it'll be like 400 against 500 in a battle. And there's dudes everywhere and arrows flying everywhere. And I'm like, escape. And like, I'll sit back and be like, hey babe, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. Just like, cool. I'm just kind of hanging out and be like, I'm gonna go get a beer real quick. And I'll get up and go and get a beer and come back and be like, oh yeah, big ass battle. And then get back into it. Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. I like having the excuse of, oh, I can't pause this game. It's online. I'm busy with other people helping them. I can't help you right now.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, it works when house chores and things come up.
Yeah. Like, okay, you've said that for 4 hours now. It's still happening though.
Yep, still on it. Still online. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I mean, what about now? Beep.
Yeah, dude, she hated it once because I told her, I warned her. I was like, I know this is gonna sound silly. You don't know this part about me yet, because this was like, I had already stopped playing Final Fantasy XI.
Mm-hmm.
But then I found out about this private server that my buddy was on, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it.
Oh,
And so I
shit.
told her before I went to it, I was like, hey, listen, I just want to let you know I love you. I'm not ignoring you for any reason. If I'm playing this
Except
game,
this game.
If I'm playing this game and like I don't know, I don't hear you or whatever, I'm literally too involved into it. Like it was like that kind of game for me. Like it became my world. And she was okay with it for about a week, and then she was like,
Yeah.
wow, you're still like hard on this. And I was like, yeah, did you not understand
Well,
what
I
was
told
telling
you.
Yeah. And so, dude, she didn't like it so much, and then I was like, all right, I have to stop.
Yeah.
That
That's
sucked.
that's how my wife would be too. Like at first, it's cool, like it's fine, but then over time, but also at the same time, like
I get it. I get it.
I get it. Yeah, I
I
get
have
it.
responsibilities I need to do. Like I have boobies I have to touch and things like that. But
Yeah, that's true. But
can't the guy just craft in peace?
yeah, I just want to craft. Yeah, it's like, and then we're like, I've got 3 kids, so, and I feel like that's another big part of why. Well, I never liked online games ever, even before I had kids, but even more so now.
Yeah, you can't.
I try to play an online game because like I play games when my kids are up. Like I play Skyrim, and like my little boy, he'll sit, Jude, he'll sit and watch me play it, and he's like, "Oh, a dragon!" Because there's dragon, and it's cool. But then he'll lose interest, and I'm like, I'll save it, and then get off, and we'll go play blocks or something. But if I'm on an online game and he goes off, and I'm still, Kate would be like, hey, nobody's watching you anymore. Yeah. Shut up. Like, what? Well, no, I didn't mean. I was talking to the guy in the game. Like, so.
It wouldn't stop with all this fucking dialogue. I had to skip like five messages here.
I like the meme that it's like when you really want to play a game, so you just skip all the cutscenes, and it's like, I don't know who you are or who I am or why I'm here, but
I just know I'm here to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's insane? This is one thing that like still to this day blows my mind, and I don't know how true this is. This was just like one of those Facebook articles, but I don't know. I believe it, dude. Did you know there's people without any internal dialogue? They don't think to themselves inside their head. They have no voice of themselves inside their head, like thinking.
I've heard that.
So those are basically fucking NPCs, dude.
Yeah.
If you have no inner dialogue, what are you? Like, what the fuck are you?
Like,
seriously.
Do they think in picture form?
I don't think they think. You know what? That's probably too many NPCs now. Going crazy. Who put the fucking go crazy cheat code?
Someone did.
Someone did it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is weird. To not have inner dialogue, I don't even
because
know how
I can't even fathom that. Like, dude, I sit on a toilet and like I'm thinking about like anything to myself.
Yeah.
Like anything and everything to myself all day, every day.
Because imagine sitting down and just.
I can't even do that. If I tried to do that,
I can't.
I don't have the capability of clearing my thoughts. So how the fuck do people have the capability of not thinking anything? They're clearly NPCs. They don't exist. They're not real.
NPCs walk among us, and that's the title of this episode.
It's a simulation. Fucking something's going on, dude. Like that's so bizarre to me.
Or there's a bunch of people that are lying about it. Like, yeah, I don't have any at all. But then they're like, I mean, I do, but fuck them.
Maybe, but like,
I don't know.
That many people out of people who are being studied, I don't know.
It is weird.
And I mean, it's not like they're lying. They measure, supposedly, according to the article, they measured their brain patterns and like fucking dead.
Nothing.
Like dead
That's
waves.
so weird, man.
And yeah, dude, if any of you listeners have zero fucking inner dialogue, please let me know. I want to have you on the show. I want to see like if you have a personality of a pea. I want to see if like, you can hold a conversation. I want to like.
I want to learn about it.
Yeah.
From somebody that claims to not have any inner dialogue.
Yeah, and like if that's the case, do you really just sit there like, I wonder what I'm having for dinner today? Well, I think I'm gonna go and do that. Like, do you just like fucking openly explain what you're gonna do, or like, how does that work? Because otherwise, I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around it.
I was wondering, maybe it's just like pictures, like it's pictures of pizza. Pizza sounds good. Picture of an apple. Apple for afterwards. I don't know. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up because it was something that like I was reading and I was just thoroughly like, are you kidding me? That exists?
I know. So did you getting back to video games? I mean, we were talking about people being NPCs, so that counts. But I'll say, do you ever like strategy games, like RTS games where you control like armies and make a battle?
I was a big fan of the Civilization Revolution games, namely Civilization 4. That was one of my more favorite ones that I played quite a bit of. And I liked it a lot. I know like you could choose from like being USA, you could be like Russian Moscow, the Mongolians, Cleopatra, Napoleon, and be with the French, and like there was all these different ones, even Genghis Khan. So I mean, I enjoyed playing that one a lot because it had like a nice cartoony graphics to it. It was heavily strategy based and fun. I mean, I do like we had spoken our board games. I do like strategy. I do like the ones that like make you think and things like that. But there's some that are very hit and miss.
Sure.
I do like few match 3 games, unfortunately. And that sounds silly, but I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, real-time strategy, aside from Civ 4, I mean, it is kind of turn-based, I guess. So, like, I don't know what you would really consider real-time strategy. Because I don't play like those really heavy ones where I gotta like run a bunch of shit and worry about a bunch of different, like 1,000 different factors.
Oh
one little thing. Like I don't things that I have to put way too much thought into. I won't play because at that point I'm not enjoying it. I'm getting way too involved, and
it's like a management game.
Yeah,
the Rome Total War games. They can be like that, but you can also set the AI to take care of all of the management shit of all of the villages. That's how I would play those. And then the battles, because the Rome Total War game, that was the first strategy game I ever played. It was with an old laptop I had forever ago, and my laptop could run it. And I played that game, and that game was really amazing to me because it had, a few thousand NPCs on the screen, units fighting in the same time. And I thought that was amazing because you could like zoom in on the fighting and stuff and watch it, watch the enemies fight and everything. And that was really cool. And now, now with Bannerlord, that's like I'm playing as a guy in those battles, which is amazing. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I like the idea of what you've told me about Bannerlord because
it's amazing.
But I mean, I need to check out Shadow War first.
Oh god, dude, they're both incredible games.
And then I will look into this Bannerlord. But yeah, that's my favorite era when it comes to like medieval things like that. That's my shit. Like I like Game of Thrones. I fucking love Game of Thrones. But Lord of the Rings was it for me. Like I'm not a Star Wars or Star Trek person. I'm Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. Like give me them.
Okay, so this is really gonna blow you away. They are making a mod for Bannerlord where it's Lord of the Rings. orcs and knights, or orcs and humans and elves. And
Are you
dwarves
fucking
and
with
shit.
me?
Nope. They're doing a mod where they're turning the entire game. Yeah.
I need this game.
Yeah.
When does that come?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at it, but they're also doing a Game of Thrones one too, where it's Game of Thrones, if you want.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nah. Okay. I do it.
Yeah. So I plan on.
I don't want to, but I'll do it because I mean,
Yeah.
that's my shit, man.
I mean, it's seriously like they would turn Calradia is the country where Bannerlord takes place. They would turn Calradia into Middle Earth, and that's the cool thing about the developers of Bannerlord. They put modding at the top of their list of like people can mod this game to fucking oblivion, and they love it.
So wait, when you say that though, like in the sense of only what they allow you to mod, or
No, you can
like Gary's mod type thing. You do your own.
I mean, you do whatever you want. Like they've put into their game, like they're letting people mod the shit out of it with whatever they want.
So I will say, the very first game I ever bothered modding, and it was actually so much fun. The first time I ever learned, I started making little models for Street Fighter. And dude, you can import all these fighters into and you just basically switch out the mesh with a different animation. And it was so cool, dude. I would have like Thanos on there.
Yeah.
Hulk on, like all these crazy things on Street Fighter. I even had Pyramid Head at one point. A totally butt-ass naked chick just destroying people with big boobs. It was amazing. Yeah, I mean, just crazy things that you could do. But yeah, I really got into modding, and I seen. I think I had mentioned it prior. The Thomas the Choo Choo Train in Skyrim.
Yeah.
When I seen that, I was like, "That's crazy!" Like, I would really like to put some really random shit in games. And I found out about Gary's mod and all these other things that you could do with not just like Skyrim, but more so Grand Theft Auto. And yeah, dude, I would walk around as Elmo in Grand Theft Auto. Beat the shit out of people as Elmo. It was it's so much better than the actual game. Like if I can walk around as Elmo on the street, I'm sorry, it's fucking better.
Yeah. Well, and then also mods are free because people mod the games. They don't have the rights to the game, so they mod the games, but then they can put the mods in their portfolio to prove that they can do it. So there's a big incentive for people to mod, but the consumer doesn't have to pay for them. It's perfect.
Yeah, and they just download it, upload the file, put it wherever it needs to go in the folder, and boom, done.
Yeah.
But so you said you were never too big into computer games?
No, I never had a computer.
Man, so you don't even know about this era that I'm about to mention here of all of the computer games that I used to play and this wonderful software called Cheat Engine.
No idea.
So Cheat Engine is a great piece of software that literally you're playing a game and let's say you have like 64 coins. So you go into the software, you type in 64. Like after you've targeted the process that you want to target. So like your game, you type in 64 and then you go and spend, you scan for all number 64s in the line of code basically. And then you'll go in and like, let's say you spend 3 coins, whatever. So you have 61 coins left.
Yeah.
Then you do a new scan or next scan for 61. So any of those that were 63 and then just change to 61 will pop up. And you can it'll either pop up right away or you'll dwindle the list down as you go. And then once you find out which value is what, you can then just put whatever. You can alter the number to like 99999 max out. like that's what I did with a lot of games. Like, dude, so much fun. You could do speed hacks with the engine, so like you can make everything super fast.
Oh wow.
And most of the time that would break a lot of the games.
Yeah.
So it was hit or miss whether or not it was going to work. But dude, Cheat Engine was awesome. That was like one of those things that like kind of, I guess, was my first exploitation into like coding and like the back end stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess aside from like Game Shark, but I didn't really look at Game Shark or the action replays back then as like, I didn't understand that concept of hacking. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
To me, it was just like
that was too accessible and easy for anybody to do. So it wasn't.
Yeah, that was more so just like a general consumer, like fucking handicap.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. It's funny you talked about like breaking games. I broke Rome Total War when I played it because I found a cheat called Oliphants. Do you know what an Oliphant is?
When you like jumble up every single font, like Arial and like Tahoma and Helvetica, and like you put them into one all font.
Yeah, except for fucking Wingdings.
Yeah, nobody wants Wingdings.
No, an Oliphant is one of those gigantic elephants that are in like Lord of the Rings, like those massive freaking.
Oh, okay.
That is what an Oliphant is. Well, in Rome Total War, there's a cheat where if you push the little I don't know, to the left of your one key, it would unlock activate cheat, and then you would type in, just type in Oliphant, and it would spawn 2 Oliphants into the military of that village or of that army if it's a standing army on the screen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And those Oliphants.
So you just spawned like 99 of them, didn't you?
Well, I spawned.
Collapse the city.
So no, what's actually really funny is whenever you would take over a city in that Rome game, the morale was really low. Why? Well, because Rome just fucking took you over. So the morale was really shitty. But I realized if you fill up the entire like garrison of that village with Oliphants, everyone got happy in the village. So I would click on the village and go and click on the garrison and just type in Oliphant, enter, and just fill the garrison up with Oliphants. And then the morale went up. And I think that's because they were terrified because there were fucking Oliphants all over the city or whatever in the garrison.
Welcome to the jungle. We are elephants.
So I thought that was hilarious. So then I clicked on an army and I disbanded like some infantry units and put like, I don't know, 20 Oliphants in the game in the military in that army. And then I'd fight. And I was watching 20 Oliphants and then my infantry, and the Oliphants just stampede past everybody and like go and they like shake their heads and their tusks are like whacking everybody. And all of these NPCs are like flying in the air. Like, it's comical how ridiculously far away the NPCs fly off of the battle map. And I was watching this laughing, and then the computer went pew and just crashed. I was like,
shit.
Oh, fuck. So I did not have a very good computer. It couldn't handle what the fuck was going on. So I couldn't actually use them in battle. I had to just use them in a garrison as an icon to like fill it up. That way nobody would ever take that city away because they were unbeatable. So like once I took a city over and I filled the garrison up with Oliphants, there's no army in the game. The computer couldn't make an army that could take that city back. So I was a cheating bastard.
Yeah, you daddy, man.
Oh, man, I would have to say though, I recently tried this game out called Sea of Thieves, and that was amazing. I hope Caitlin sees that one day.
Oh, hey, you know what's funny? I do that all the time. We'll be sitting on the couch, bro, and I'll be drinking a beer and just and she
Oh my
doesn't.
God.
She doesn't.
Yeah,
give a shit.
I'm not gonna lie, man. You can get away with a lot with white girls. You can't do that with Hispanic. You just can't. I don't
Really?
care.
I mean, I pick them up later when I get up to go.
It
get
don't
another
even
one.
fucking matter, dude.
What,
You're gonna get that
dude?
death stare. She's gonna be like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Dude, I
Who you
straight
think
do
you
that
are,
all the
motherfucker?
time. I'm
Yeah,
just straight
no.
out all the time. Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like when we hang out in person, you do some dumb shit. My wife's gonna be like, seriously, bro? She's gonna call your ass out. You're not. She's like, you don't need to be my husband for me to tell you, motherfucker. How to go.
I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna sit there and I'll be like, you need to listen to her, bro. I'm not stepping in.
Do it. Nick, I fucking warned you, bro. Yeah, don't just throw beer cans on the floor.
Yeah, man. And she saw that episode. You called her a bit.
Oh yeah. No, I did not do that. I said
Yeah, you said bit.
oh well, whatever.
That's all right. It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, no. So I played this Sea of Thieves games, and dude, it was fucking boring.
I've heard mixed reviews about that one.
Thoroughly boring. I was told to download it from one of my buddies. Well, not told to download it, but told to like kind of check it out, and so I did. So I have it. I got it for free because I had the Xbox Game Pass on my PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got like 3 months free of that. So I've just been trying games out with that, and Sea of Thieves was one of them. So I figured, okay, I'll get into it because yeah, I've like you, I've heard mixed reviews as well. It's been hit or miss, and genuinely though, single player is fucking boring. Like you have to have a crew. You need to have friends to play with. Otherwise, dude, I'd much rather just like go shoot myself in the foot out back. So boring. Like
Yeah.
I'm sailing for 5 minutes to one place. If I hit a fucking rock in the ocean, I have to like my boat's flooding. I have to repair it. I have to scoop all the water out. I have to pull the sail up and drop the anchor so I stop moving just in case I hit anything else while I'm fixing shit. Like it's just dumb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was way too much to where I was like, this isn't meant to be played. Like there should be a way I don't have to deal with so much if I'm just a one-man crew. If I have crew members, okay, this is manageable.
Yeah.
But by myself, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't enjoying it whatsoever. I was like, all right, I completed like a few missions and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you there, man. Pirate games, the idea of them is incredible, but I haven't found one that really hooks me, you know?
Everyone loved and talked so highly of Assassin's Creed Black Flag because that was like the pirate one where they had ship battles. And
yeah, but
honestly, I stopped after Assassin's Creed 2. Too repetitive. I know they fixed it. I don't care. They fucked up their first two chances.
Black Flag is fun, and it does have ship battles and everything like that. I really liked it, but it got repetitive also. But it's hard to play a game that doesn't get repetitive at some point.
It's not. Dude, have you fucking played Guildmaster?
Well, that game is going to be the only one that I know that will not be predictable at all.
Yeah, I mean that like I played it, and I mean it can't predict anything.
You can't predict anything about it.
Yeah, no, that's just me kind of like poking at it for next episode
week.
Because we're gonna totally get into all of that, and I mean honestly, almost 2 hours. So like, I could go on for like another 7,000 hours about video games. Honestly,
yeah, me too.
It's endless. I know we both can, and I mean that's a problem with us game developers here. But I would like to say I'm very excited for next week's episode, and I know if you guys don't like games, I get it. But I definitely hope you do tune in to next week's because it's going to be close to our hearts because this is what we do. This is what we love. We have these. Nick more so has a passion project I'm helping him with. I have my projects that I'm just kind of like fucking doodling off in the background. And I really think for anybody who is interested in getting into game development as well, more so solo or small team development, they would be very interested to hear what we have to say.
Yeah, it's a journey. Like, and I one thing, like, you know, having Josh and Sarah and Eugene working with me on Guildmaster, it's amazing. Like, I love it. I love having a small team, and trying to do it all by myself, I couldn't. Frankly, I couldn't. Like, so we'll get into that in like so much detail. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be really cool.
For a 3-hour-long special. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God, if I
It just might be if Nick doesn't shut up about Guildmaster.
See, and that's the thing. If I start on the lore, that's when we're gonna have a problem. If I can keep it about the game development and the
your
features,
homework is gonna have to be to find a way to minimize lore, to summarize lore.
How do you summarize 2,700 years of history?
Just give us 27 years.
Okay.
Instead of 27,000.
I'll just talk about I'll just talk about Rossvane in its current state. I won't go back too far.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I won't go back before civilization.
Yeah, because that could be for a good pre.
Well, I mean, there were the Rawin tribes before civilization was even a thing.
We already said too much. See?
Okay, I've already said too much.
This is bullshit. It's unbelievable. All right, so yeah, 3-hour special next week.
Yeah, God, no.
Right. But yeah, no, I know
we're gonna end up coming back to games at some point because there's too much. I mean, even on our show notes, there's still shit we didn't get to. But
yeah, I mean, for the most part, honestly, I like, because we're game developers, we're in a lot of communities of other game developers and indie developers, and I like to try and get a few of them onto our show at some point in time and see how they go about things, because there's a lot of really cool people out there, man. You know, indies are making it. Indies are definitely making it.
They are, dude.
There's definitely one game to look out for is Techno Shift. It's going to be a computer game. It's going to be a what do they call those, roguelike games? It's a Techno Shift, and it's made by Visky, which actually happens to be some very good friends of mine, Chris and Lauren, Visky and Kalani, in our Discord servers. You can find them and egg them on to get working on Techno Shift, because they've been taking a sweet ass time, man. I'm calling them out right here live on television, or not television, but whatever the fuck you're watching us on. radio, computer. Calling them out, calling y'all out live.
Get it done.
Yeah.
So,
well, I hope you guys enjoyed our game, 2-part game episode.
Two-part trilogy, 4-parter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically it is a trilogy of games, and then we just kind of top it off with a little bit of career.
But it's a gaming special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes
Is this real life? I don't know why that's so fun to say sometimes.
Because David at the dentist was amazing.
Yeah.
It is great.
All right, we love you guys, and
only if you like, subscribe, and share us. Then we love you. If not, we just like you.
Fuck off. No, that was a little aggressive, but
too aggressive. Okay, done.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love you guys, and have a good rest of your day.
Peace.
Oh my God.
God damn it, Leroy.
God damn it. Leroy, you moron.
Leroy.
I'm down, forking down. Oh,
See,
Spiffy, res us.
Why
Spiffy,
you
res
do
us.
this shit, Leroy?
I'm trying.
It's not my fault.
Oh God.
Oh, for...
Leroy, you were just stupid as hell.
At least I have chicken.